lakad matatag!
Normally. So a lot hanging here for Cox and a Batrider. And
Chase. As long as Dark Mago can land the spear and just push him back, generally he should be okay.
yeah, you've got really good counterplay there. For Dark Mago, it should be a much more manageable lane. Trent here, you can just soften up Sacred by fair amount. Like, yes, reactive armor will still be a nuisance for Scrim, but your EHP rapidly shoots down as you lose strength. Like, it's actually a really good way of just making these tanky targets feel so much easier to handle. It's going to be down to how well Raji can maximize his mana. He is kind of going for a pull, just trying to equalize from what Schofield's done to this lane. Should be able to have a weird lane matchup here.
Cox does find
Mouse 5, looking for those voice lands, checking their timing.
Mid lane, Cox dived the tier 1 tower. He's still going after Dark Mago with the flame break. Dark Mago dropping low. Firefly still going. Cox is going to be able to secure the kill, but needs to get away from Schofield now. Schofield has Impale in 3. Cox should be dead. It won't matter though. It's a huge kill once again going the way of the Batrider. And that's the second kill for Dark Mago now. Or rather the second death. This bottom lane Stinger almost going down to the Firestorm damage. Narman looking for the right click, is not going to be able to make it. Won't be able to secure the...
And you love to see this coming out from Geek Slate, right? Like, every lane felt like it had to win to prevent this overwhelming start that Beast Coast can find with her lineup. And they're getting every single lane their way. Like, Scam is pretty much uncontested up top. Sacred not really able to do much, very far behind in CS.
Cox this time. He'll get punished. He tries for a third time, and, well, Schofield is basically camping the mid lane. Like, this Nyx Assassin is not leaving the area. Problem is that does...
Haste bottled up here as well. The rune control from Geek Slate's been on point. He's gonna look for a TP play up top.
Yeah, you've got the lasso up, Sacred. He's going to try and chain away, but they've got the reflection, and they've got the Firefly. In fact, they don't even need the lasso, it seems. Sacred, he's going to chain towards the south, but Cox still able to secure the kill. Zero issues here for the Batrider. He's dived rather deep here. Cox doesn't have the Firefly, but has the lasso rather soon. Jukes out the spear. Still Dark Mago trying to run. In comes the Dark Rift as well. So there is going to be force moving in with the Pit of Malice, but it will not land Dark Mago. He is still running through this mid-river. Roger is on the chase, keeping up the vision. There is going to be a spear out from Dark Mago, at least securing the kill onto the Undying. But he is going to lose his life in the end. There is no saving him. Meanwhile, top lane, at least they do find Narman. But on the Mars, they're going to find Narman at the least, I think. They'd love a bit more than that. Because Roji is still on the menu as well. The spear will land perfectly on the Undying. Dark Mago able to find a second for his team. East Coast, they should at least be able to clean up both supports. So the God's Rebuke, not quite landing, but it shouldn't matter. Roji will drop.
You're finding some counter kills coming out from Beast Coast.
His farm has struggled a little bit. The thing is, at the end of the day, he's just still so active on the Batrider. They are going to run into Schofield. Ronji's going to get caught out here by Sacred and Schofield, but Skem's trying to move in. A nice avalanche to lock them down into the Pit of Malice. Both of them needing a way out. Sacred is going to try and run towards the north, but the chase is still going. Toss in onto Cox. Sacred still being targeted, but now a nice arena. Dark Mago's going to turn this one back around. They'll even have the air coming in from Stinger to make sure Cox goes down. And he will. East Coast. Meanwhile, Dire Jungle, Sacred's going to rush in. They know Cox is around the area, but Cox is still just running away. Spy Carapace is going to hold him down, though. Into the arena, they'll lock down the Batrider. Cox, he's still got help incoming, but he needs a bit more time. Somehow he's still alive, though. He might fight back with the lasso, but finally goes down. Problem is, they've lost Sacred and they've lost Dark Mago. Force, he saves the day and really just punishes Beast Coast for their initiation. And it's still the thing, fighting into an Underlord with the max Pit of Malice and Firestorm, this Dire Jungle. Looping around towards the top lane, they do know Cox is around there somewhere. He was just underneath their Observer Ward. So they're just waiting very patiently for the Batrider to show up. Cox does have help on the way. Roji will make his way over, and now Narman. He'll come in from the backside, right onto Dark Mago. They'll start with the Mars. There is going to be an arena egg being dropped, and Cox is dropping very, very quickly. He will go down, but Dark Mago, he will drop right after. Stinger in a very awkward position, but we'll get away with the TP. So it's going to be a 1-for-1 on both mid laners. Hard to know who that really favors in the end. It does feel like beastcoast committed a bit more for that. Both the arena and egg did go down. So now maybe if you're Geek Slate, you might coast. They'll just take the time to keep farming up with their Naga Siren. K1 is right behind Scrim in terms of farm, so very close affair. Almost the heart of Tarask up now on the Naga as well. And that's where things can get a little bit more challenging as Naaman is going to get caught out on the Tiny in that dire triangle, and he will go down. The rest of Geek Slate were making their way over with the Fiend's Gate, but were...
Bottom tower has fallen.
Smoke is up from Geek Slate. Seems like they're hoping somebody would have tried to go for the kill onto Scrim, but nobody shows up. Oh, Dark Mago! Oh, they're going to blink right in high ground. Completely blind by Naaman, but he's right on target. Arena committed as well. No buyback available here for Beast Coast on their Mars. So Geek Slate, they could go right in for the high ground.
Oh,
in fact, they got
Norman.
another toss back. They've got the Naga Siren. K1, he pops the song. He's caught quite a few, but they already committed the egg.
Landis?
Can they time it correctly? They can. They'll land a 3-man stun with the egg. That'll force Geek Slate back surely. Or will it? It looks like they want to keep going. They want the fight to continue. But it seems like they might have to back out. K1 proving to be a little bit too tanky, even with the toss avalanche. They couldn't lock him down long enough. The song will save.
You're inferred here on Hector. And Geek Slate, your answer in the form of the Batrider is still there, but it does feel like it's been a struggle for Cox while he hasn't had to blink. Like, yes, the BKB's there to allow him to jump. Hasn't even had to pop it yet.
Not there. Double damage was picked up by Schofield. Arena is down. They've caught a couple in. Rogi, though, somehow still alive on the Undying, but eventually will go down. They should even have Naaman on that Tiny. He will slowly tick out. Geek Slate, this is not the fight for them. Beast Coast still want to move in. A great song from K1. Going to catch one of them at the very least. Forced. He is forced to cancel his TP and try to stick around for his carry. Meanwhile, Cox, he pops his BKB, but it looks like he is going to retreat as well. Naaman's trying to move back into the Tiny. He did buy back for this, along with Rogi. The Beast Coast, they're more than happy with the buybacks being committed. Geek Slate, they have smoked up, but they're trying to wrap around the long way, and it's just going to take way too long to get there. Double damage room being missed out on, though Scrim is running back for it now, but Roshan's already down. And in they go. Dark Mago, he got to start off. It's going to be onto the Underlord. Force has been caught out already, and he will drop. Scrim, he pops the meta. With the double damage, he still wants to try and force the fight. They got a great song off. Into the egg now for Phoenix. Can they time this one right? It seems like they possibly can, as the egg is going to explode, connecting on two. They've taken down Naaman. They're on to Scrim now. Scrim gets impaled and speared up. He's going to drop on the Terror Blade. Oh, it's a messy, messy fight for Geek Slate. They are still trying to get out of there, but it's not going to happen. East Coast completely clean up.
These on-point lassos out from Cox. And it's such a struggle right now for the side of Geek Slate to get any of that. And we'll try to smoke out here. See if they can get a rotation out, but this is a smoke into the Aegis.
Bottom lane. There's going to be Ensnare coming out. Pit of Malice will lock down K1, but a big Arena into a 2-man stun. Dark Mago with a perfect setup, but he's still going to fall. Can they follow up to this? They're going to force the BKB out of Scrim. It's a 2-for-1 so far in the favor of Beast Coast. And it seems like they should be able to make their way high ground. It's really hard to stop them now. You've got no BKB up on Scrim. How do you defend? Well, they're going to try. Scrim getting ensnared up, but the Impel is there. He just melts. Too much damage.
Expiring. Beast Coast can just pressure. They'll play it a little bit safe, but they're not going to fall back here. They know they're still strong. Egg's only 12 seconds away.
Just no need to fall back. Like, you've got the Song of the Siren with the shards up as well, so you can always reset with that. And K1, he said, screw that, let's go in. Right in. Arena's up. Dark Mago's waiting. There's your egg out with the Sunray, and Dark Mago just casually jumps in. Forces there with the BKB. They'll get Rogi instead. Just force the BKBs out. Because once the BKBs are gone, they just can't afford to fight. Avalanche is there, but the immediate spike carapace onto Naaman, so there'll be no toss back. Dark Mago again. Another Arena being committed. Rogi, he just fought back. And he's going right back to the graveyard. They are trying to deal with Dark Mago. They've got the Batrider locked down. That's going to be Cox to drop. GG is called. Scrim has seen enough. Beast Coast taking a pretty convincing game one. And Geek Slate, they were off to such a great start during this game, but
It does provide a lot more team fight. This does provide a lot of control. You can steal away the K1 illusions for yours.
absolutely. Top lane. Already aggression breaking out. Narman and Force trying to get active here with the double Iron Shell combos onto K1, who's trying to fight back, but he does go down. Force able to secure first blood and a double kill already. It's just one of those things, like, you try to manage damage here on the Dark Willow, but sitting back behind his tide. Meanwhile, top lane, Force going to go for a dive in with Narman. K1 this time around does have the double, but the chase is still on by Narman, who does get the battery assault off, making sure he doesn't take tower aggro, just following him with the vacuum. K1 is going to drop. Geek Slate really giving it to them, and it might be another double. Stinger trying to run. This time around, Narman, he will take the double kill himself on the clockwork. And this off-lane duo, it is already really paying the dividends out.
They're finding everything.
Stinger, still going to go for a run. Force going to look to cut off the Rubik. Eventually going to run right back into him. Vacuum him back. And Stinger eventually should just burn out. And he will. Force will have his way with him. The K1 going to try and trade. Narman going to overtake, but no. Force is going to drop. Narman unable to help this time, so K1 able to get a bit of revenge here onto the Darkseid.
It's a cheeky little tree plant coming out from Stinger.
Force.
Just drag him away as much as possible. Force, like that he is going for the mech, so we are going to get that aura play now. You have a rotation out from Schofield here.
You do. Narman going to keep going after Schofield anyway with the battery assault. And the Thundergod's Wrath will ensure they secure the killers. Dark Mago's going to show up. Killing off the clockwork, but it doesn't seem like they're going to be able to try and go after Force. Force knows now.
They already found top tier 1 anyway on Geek Slate's side. It's going to be a rather even trade to come out here. Armin just annoying Sacred a little bit.
The first track kill will go the way of Rogi. They will pick up Stinger in the mid lane. Schofield now showing up, but again, those tracks provide so much information. Scrim can move in easily. There is more help incoming as they will pick off Rogi here on the Bounty Hunter. And Scrim, he was trying to wrap around, but just could not make it in time. Meanwhile, Narman and Force, once again, the tag team duo, they move in and kill off Sacred, and now they look towards that mid lane where Dark Mago does show himself. But you don't have hookshot.
Just lining up. Enables this push on the mid as well. Scrim finds that tier 1. So overall, you're feeling really good now on the side of Geek Slate. I mean, you are still getting space out in Beast Coast. This is where it can feel a little bit scary. The PL is still farming up, and you just haven't pressured it outside the lane phase.
And they're going to find Stinger this time around on the Rubik. Hookshot there from Narman.
Lock coming out from the walk. Get a big kill. Again, Raji's out of action. They find Stinger.
They will. Stinger going to be chased down. Hookshot is up if Narman wants to and will have to commit it. Stinger, though, still running. Does have help. Thundergod's Wrath will get it done, but you might lose your clockwork for this. Narman, he does get healed up here by Force. We'll go for a run. Arena's going to be down. Narman will drop in the end as Force is still going with the wall to be dropped, but has no vacuum available to throw out. So in comes Rogi now with the tracks to be thrown out. Schofield will be targeted. He'll back off. Scrim and Cox even joining in the team fight. But Beast Coast do back up. Scrim just trying to use the malice from Dragonlance he has to get this done. Do Beast Coast realize that? They may not. It's such an unexpected maneuver. There's your Rocket player now being thrown out by our Rubik, so they do realize in the end. But can they make it in time? Scrim's about to have Roshan, but no, they get the fear off. Roshan's still alive on 50 HP. Now the Ravage supply out, but Scrim, he will avoid it. It's all right. He will get the Aegis his way. It'll be a 1-for-1 trade between the Dark Mago Mars and the farm. Is kind of ridiculous. He almost has a hard up now, and that's going to be the timing where you just can't kill him. Hookshot is there. They have made the jump in onto Dark Mago again on the Mars, so it's a great target here to just focus down. Dark Mago, somehow still alive, gets the arena down. Now the Ravage comes out from Sacred. He will blink away on the Mars, still run out. Meanwhile, Sacred may be in trouble as Narman is going to go after Stinger, and it seems like the Rubik should go down. Narman forces into the high ground to try and get away. They do get Stinger. Sacred. Oh, TP cancelled by Rodgy. Sacred will drop as well. They do get away with keeping the Mars alive, but they will drop Sacred and their Rubik instead.
It's starting to pour in. It didn't come out on our Tide though, as he did have the Dispel on hand, but he found it in the Rubik at least. You just keep sticking like this, you might find more.
That's a start. Might be a little bit too late though, as they are going to have to terrorize their Schofield setting up perfectly. They'll find Narman, Force, Vacuum, not going to do enough. Still, at least they get Schofield down here. Can they find a little bit more? They're trying onto Dark Mago, and he will go down to Cox.
I'm still a better father than I
And again, that could be the answer. I think Mjolnir in combination with Butterfly again is the only things you can go for. Just force a choice out from the PL to go for that Bloodthorn. Force an item slot to be taken up. Narman.
Yeah, Narman getting caught out. Well, they're going to have to go away with them. T1 taking out one onto Force now, wants another. The Darkseid trying to fight back the best he possibly can. Sacred now dropping low, but a nice lift away from Stinger. Gonna keep Sacred alive. Even the smoke making sure they can't keep up with the vision is now Dark Mago gonna move in. They found the Zeus. They have got Cox locked down. Cox can't go anywhere. Is gonna drop in K1. Look at the amount of work he can get done. Scrim is completely surrounded. He doesn't know who to hit right now. He's trying to fight this one out, but there's no fighting. It's just so hard for the TA when you're up against the PO like this. He did some decent damage, but ultimately, hookshot. Who have they got? It's going to be the Mars. Dark Mago. He'll drop the arena, catching out two. They've basically jumped themselves right into the loving arms of Dark Mago. Hell, Skim's been caught. Terrorize will land onto the TA. He's got nowhere to go. He'll pop his BKB and try to run, but they'll lock him down with the Basher. K1 is not done with him yet. Surround him up. Scam is still running. He is not going to land though. Scam will be able to force staff away, but now the Tendrils. Stunning up two. Narman on the low ground, still trying to back off. They are going to make it out. It was very split.
Punch of Dark Willow in her Shadow Realm form just doesn't pay you any favors. They'll still try here though.
Yeah, nice vacuum out of the Roshan pit. Maybe this is their best chance, but a nice spear away on Rodgy. Not going to allow them to take Roshan. At least they got the kill on Roshan, but they've lost the Aegis. Dark Mago will take it. K1's cleaning up in the backside. Here we go. Force will melt onto another. That's a triple kill for K1. They are still trying to get Schofield, but they got to run. They at least got him. Yeah, I mean, the only real chance here is Force landing a nice wall and trying to get some PO illusions himself. But even then, like it's a pretty tough ask. Up in Dark Mago, he's in with an arena again, catching out two. Cox the big target. There's a nice Ravage connecting on three heroes. Skem's gonna try to move in, but what does he get done? Cox is just getting thrown around all across the base. He'll try for a TP up, but he's gone. K1 will pick him off. Still Dark Mago at least has to back out as he's way too low on HP. The PL himself could not care less. K1, he'll just keep going after the T3 tower. Meanwhile, Skem's just getting chased down by K1's illusions. He's having trouble dealing with just the illusions themselves. A Stinger at least will go down. Cox able to secure the kill with the Thunder God's Wrath. But there is no saving this bottom barracks. He's just set to fall. They legit don't have the damage for the illusions. Just like, look at Skim trying to deal with them. It's kind of impossible. Narman gonna make the jump in with the hook, but where's the follow-up? It's not gonna be there. Dark Mago with a very nice arena. He's caught Force from the Darkseid. That's one down. Ravage out, connecting on two into the Terrorize. It's just perfect gameplay from Beast Coast. Rodgy will drop. Narman trying to run. K1 right in though. He could not give a crap. He just wants kills. Force, he just fought back, but he's trapped by the cogs of the clockwork. He'll run around the long way. Dark Mago, arena reset, double stun out once again. K1, he'll move in. There goes Cox on the Zeus. He'll buy back, but Skem's down without buyback available. No TA for the next 100 seconds. As K1 will move into the mid-racks. More buybacks incoming. Hookshot out, they've at least got the Dark Willow, but Schofield saved by Stinger. Dark Mago's still going. K1 just moves right back in onto Naaman. Wall will be dropped again. Stinger, he might drop, and he will. Are they defending? It seems like they are trying, but there is going to be buyback out here from our Rubik. As K1 is having trouble dealing with his own illusion now. They'll take it out. I mean, they could back off if they really want to. Play it safe. But it's happy death time. Naaman, he's going to go for a hook shot. He's got Schofield. Maybe you can at least find the Dark Willow, and they will, but here comes K1. He's the big problem. How do you deal with this guy? How do you deal with his friends as well? There goes the arena. He's caught 2 of the Dark Mago, forcing the Scrim BKB usage already. Everyone else is just dropping around him. Force is gone. Force trying to run. Fuels him up. In fact, he is alive for now, but Dark Mago will take him out. Meanwhile, Sacred at least does go down to the tide. Naaman does catch him, but Naaman's getting chased down by K1. Meanwhile, Schofield also going down, but again, these aren't the problem. It's just one man that's really the problem here. And he's still alive. For a nice Ravage opportunity, doesn't even have a blink up, just wants to walk in and Ravage. That's all that's required. Dark Mago's in. There's your arena. Cogs is already caught out. Refresh as well. Lock them all down. There's your Ravage. And they just disappear. Another arena. Scam. At least he's on the high ground of the fountain. There's one positive to this, but he's still within the walls of Beast Coast. Ravage is out. It'll connect, and they're diving fountain. And John, let me tell you, there is nothing more depressing than getting fountain dived by a PL. Because you can't kill him. He'll never die in the fountain.
Yeah, it's one of the most depressing things in Dota. I think the only other depressing...
Right.